Morning, dear children. Hope you all are fine at home. Welcome you again to the Google Classroom of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. Let's memorize what all things we have discussed in the previous class. Previous class we have learned that air expands on heating. And with the help of some experiments and examples, we have learned that air expands on heating. So dear children, can you tell me what all things we have discussed in this chapter now? Till now? We have learned about air exerts pressure. High-speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. Then air expands on heating. Today we will talk that wind currents are generated due to uneven heating on earth. Now we all know the properties of air. So we will be able to understand how the wind currents are generated.
So in order to understand why wind currents are generated, we should have the basic knowledge of geography. You might have learned in geography that regions close to the equator get maximum heat from the sun. So this central line is called the equator, and these two extreme sides are called poles, North Pole and South Pole. Now when we talk about wind currents, we are actually talking about the movement of air. So this movement of air is controlled by the sun. That's because different regions of the earth receive this different amount of sunlight. That's because of shape of the earth. So the earth is like a sphere. Now let's say if sun is situated here. So the center part of the earth region near the equator might be receiving more light comparing to the poles. And whichever part will receive more sunlight, what will happen? That part will get heated up. Therefore the air which is present in this region, this air will get heated up. So basically the air will expand on heating. So they will be lighter and they will tend to move up. So air from this region tends to move upward direction, either towards the upward direction or towards the downward direction, because it is a sphere, right? Since the earth is rotating and revolving, so basically the air is moving away from the equatorial region and it is moving towards the poles. So the warm air is present at equator and tends to move towards the poles, that is North Pole and South Pole. Now what happens to the cold air? Now as the warm air moves towards the pole, so the cold air will start move from the poles to the equator. So the cold air starts moving towards the equator because their position has already taken by the warm air. So this process is known as wind circulation, where warm air moves from the equator towards the pole and cold air moves from the pole towards the equator. So this is called wind circulation. Now we understand that this warm and cool air will be flowing in north direction and south direction. But when we actually look at the direction, we can able to see that not exactly north or south direction. Instead, it is tilted, as you can see. Why is it that? Because the earth is not static. It is rotatory about its axis, and it is also moving around the sun. Now as it moves around the sun, then different parts of the earth will receive different amount of sunlight, and this is how wind current gets generated. Uneven heating of land and water. You might have read about the sea breeze and land breeze in chapter 4. In summer near the equator, the land warms up faster and most of the time the temperature of the land is higher than that of water in oceans. The air over the land gets heated and rises. This causes the winds to flow from the ocean towards the land. These are monsoon winds. In winter, the direction of the wind flow gets reversed. It flows from the land to the ocean, as you can see in the picture. The winds from the ocean carry water and bring rain. It is a part of the water cycle. The monsoon winds carry water and it rains. Cloud bring rain and gives us happiness. Farmers in our country depend mainly on rains for their harvest. However, it is not always a happy ending. Rains often create problems. In nature itself, there are certain situations that can sometimes create disaster and pose threat to humans, animals, and plant life. In the next class, we will be discussing about thunderstorms and cyclones.
So dear students, what we have discussed today? We have discussed that uneven heating between the equator and the poles and uneven heating of land and water. All of you please read the textbook. I have attached the URL video and notes to the classroom. All of you copy the notes in your notebook and study the notes. And there will be a small test paper, as you know. So all of you attend the test paper and post it. See you in the next class. Bye.